Christmas is coming. Ah! Do you have all your shopping done? I sure don't. But the one thing I am working on this week is getting all of my Christmas cards sent out. Yep. And what better way to do that than to create a card like this, simple yet cute. And this we can create from scratch in Silhouette Studio. And that is what I'm going to show you how to do today. So before we get started, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm Christy over here at Crafty Christie's Creations, and I'm here to help you master your silhouette. And today is a prime example of how you're going to do that by creating this lovely Santa suit card from scratch in Silhouette Studio. So let's dive in and get started. Okay, so starting here, we're going to come up to File, and we're going to go to the New Project Wizard. And we are going to pick this card and we're going to hit start. And you can see that I already went ahead and put a card on here for us. So we've got our card outline here, which looks to be, we're 10 inches wide and 7 inches tall. So it's a 5x7 card. And here's your score line down the middle. I am going to change. So right now the score line that's here is a dashed line, so you can cut that. And let's see if I can ungroup. Let's grab that score line and I'm going to make it solid because that's what I prefer. And then I'm just going to give it a different line color. I like to make mine blue. And then we can group those back together for right now. So knowing that this is your card, so the right side is going to be the front of your card, the left side will be the back of your card. So we're going to start designing on the front half that's right here. So to make our Santa suit, we're going to do this whole piece as our kind of background area. So I'm going to come over here and grab my rectangle tool. And I'm going to draw out my rectangle here. I want it to be the same distance. So I'm going to change this part here to be 7 inches. And then I'm going to make this 2 inches wide. And then I like the way that looks. And then the other thing I'm going to do is turn this to be red so that we know that's what that is. And I can barely see this inside one. Nope. Let's undo because I can't find it. Okay, I'm going to make this piece white. And I'm going to get rid of that outline. And now I can make this piece red. And now we can still see it on there. So this is like the fuzzy part that you see on the front. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hold down Shift and Alt or Option to get a perfect circle. And about, I like whole numbers. Let's go 0.8. I'm going to make that black. I'm going to get rid of that outline. And then I'm going to do Alt, click and drag. We're going to make this one a lot smaller. Let's make this 0.25. And I'm just going to change the color here so we can see it. I'm just going to click and drag a couple copies here. We're just going to make the buttons that are going to go on the shirt. Okay, so there's my 4 buttons. This piece is going to have to be a little bit bigger. Let's do 1 inch. And then I'm going to try to space these little button holes a little bit more evenly. Okay, so now I'm going to take these 2 buttons on the bottom, holding down the Shift key. I'm going to align those to the bottom. And then I'm going to grab the top 2, holding down that Shift. I'm going to align those to the top. And then I'm going to grab these two and I'm going to line them to the left. And I'll grab these two and we will align those. I'm sorry, line that to the left. The other ones we align to the right. So those should be more perfectly spaced out. And then I'm going to grab rubber band, select all of that. We're going to come over to our modify panel and I'm going to hit subtract. So now we cut those holes out. And these are going to be our buttons. So I'm just going to hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag. And then you can decide, I think 3 will be fine. And maybe you want those a different color. We'll leave that for now. And then we need to do the belt piece that goes across. So I grab that rectangle tool again. I'm going to come from my score line. I'm going to hold down the shift key, or I'm sorry, I'm just going to come from that score line. And I'm going to draw that out all the way to the bottom. I'm going to fill that in with black. And I'm going to get rid of that outline color. Pull that all the way to the edge. And let's make sure, yep, that's all the way to the bottom. And then this one I want, so the width, we're gonna unlock that ratio aspect. The width is gonna be 5 inches. And then the height, I'm gonna do 1.5. And then I can just use my arrow key and scoot that up, perhaps. If that doesn't want to work, I can just grab that along with my card base and I can align those at the bottom. Okay, so then this is going to be our belt. And you might decide you want that belt up a little bit further so you can like tell that it's your belt. So that's kind of a personal preference where you want that. And then we're going to do another rectangle. Or this time we're going to make a square, sorry. Hold down shift to get that perfect square. And let's see, what did we decide here? This is 1.5 inches. So this one, I'm going to lock that ratio aspect and we're going to make that 1.5 as well. And then I'm going to create another one. Holding down that shift key to get that perfect square. If that one was 1.5, I want this one to be 0.75. Let's see what that looks like. And then I'm going to grab both of those and come up here and center those together. I think I want this a little bit thicker, so let's do like a 0.85. So actually what I think I'm going to do is leave this one as the 1.5 and then I'm going to take this one and make this one 2 inches. And let's see what that looks like. So that belt buckle is going to stick out on the edges. I think I like that. So now what I'm going to do is grab both of those and I'm going to make a compound path. So now when I fill that in with color, and you want to do like a goldish color and get rid of our outline, now it's its own thing. And that's going to sit right here in the center around our belt. And maybe you want that to kind of come down here at the bottom. Hold this down to fit inside. Whoops. And then you might just decide you want to move around your buttons a little bit here. And I think these buttons, I think I'm just going to make them red. Like everything else. Okay, that's it. It's done. It's that easy. The other thing that we can do is we can go ahead and make our piece for the inside. So this was a 5x7. I want this inner layer to be a 6x4. And then, oops, should have left that clicked. Come on, find it. There it is. And then I'm going to make this piece also white. And then here, I mean, you can make that bigger. So actually, let's do 4.5 by 6.5. So there's only a little bit of an edge. And then you can decide if you want to do this as a print and cut. You could go ahead and type that up here and do this piece as a print and cut, or sketch, or however you want to do that. But there it is. So now we have created our really fast but very cute little Santa Christmas card. So I'm going to go ahead and get it cut out, and I will see you momentarily. Okay, I cut everything out here. So let's go ahead and start putting it all together. I've got my card here with my score line. I'm going to go ahead and just fold on that score line and then just give that a nice press to really get that score line nice and crisp. So now you have all of your pieces here, and then let's finish doing the outside. So this is the piece that's going to go down here. But I think I'm just going to put the buckle around that first. And I'm only going to apply glue on the sides here because this top edge is going to hang off of the black piece. So that black should just fit through perfectly like that. And you'll see from the back, you're only going to get glue on these two edges. So let's see if my liquid glue will decide to work with me today. You don't need a lot. So there's just my couple little spots of my liquid glue, and then I'm just going to try to center this. If you wanted to be completely sure to make sure that you've got things centered on here, you can go ahead and bring out your ruler. So we know this is 5 inches. So the center of this should be at about at the 2.5. It should be about right there. And then I just want to make sure that that looks correct before I lay that on down there. And just get that lined up the best that I can. And then give that a second to dry. So if you didn't, I used like a gold foil. If you didn't want to use that, you could just do like a nice yellow piece. That would work well too. And okay, so there's that one. And then you've got your strip here that's going to go down the center. So again, I'm just going to add a bit of glue on here. Could also use tape runner. I think that'll hold these on here just fine. Okay, and then again, you want to just get this centered on here the best that you can. You can use the ruler. I am just going to eyeball that center. And then I'm going to take this and just stand this up to make sure, oh man, I did not get that measured perfectly. I should have looked at that better when we put that on there. So I will make sure that the gap is at the bottom. And then I am going to take this and just make sure that the edge of my buckle can cover that up, or you know, so I'm just going to do it that way, and that'll cover everything up. And again, I'm just going to put glue on this black piece. I'm going to let the edges of the gold buckle hang off. And that's just to add some depth. I don't really want that to look like it's like pressed down, because that's not how a belt really looks. But you could certainly glue that part down too if you need a little bit more stability. And I'm just going to press that all the way down to the bottom. Give these, oops, see, I'm over a little bit. Scoot that over. And give those a good press. And my belt buckle got tilted a little bit. Okay, and then all we have left to do is add our little buttons. So I'm not going to put a lot of glue on these, just kind of a couple little dots of glue. And then you can decide where you want these to sit. I think this one got cut a little goofy. But I'm going to let this one sit a little bit closer down here. Just trying to center that. You could also use some foam dots to bulk this one up, to make it stand up a little bit more. I think that would look cute. Or even just use a regular button would be just fine. And I'm going to put that one towards the top. And then we'll put this one right in the center of those two. Put that right there. Okay, so there is the front of the card completely done. And then for the inside, we have this part that you can write your message or handwrite. You could have done a sketch or print and cut. I am just going to use some tape runner to get this centered inside. And then sometimes I like to just kind of get that folded up a little bit so I can make sure that I have that good edge all the way around. And then when you're happy with that placement, go ahead and just give that a nice press. And this one is ready to go. Okay, there's our card. So what do you think? There is our beautiful Santa suit card. We've got the room on the inside there. And that was super easy for us to make in Silhouette Studio, right? So if you're interested in making things like this, learning how to design cards, I have a workshop coming up on Friday that is going to teach you how to create a box card all completely from scratch, just like we did this one, completely from scratch in Silhouette Studio. So there's the link below here for you to do that, and I'll also leave it in the description in case you want to join. But otherwise, that is what I have for you this week. I hope you make a bunch of these. That was quick and easy, and they're so cute. Get these sent out for Christmas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.